Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're taking a deep dive into an absolute titan of the automotive world. We are breaking down the legendary 2026 Nissan Patrol Y62 VA facelift. Now look, this isn't just your run-of-the-mill luxury SUV. This is a highly sought-after private import that carries an absolutely mind-boggling price tag in India, and it's got this massive aura of exclusivity around it. So we're going to use the specs and data from the ground to see exactly what makes this absolute beast tick.
Here's the roadmap for our explainer today. We'll be covering the private import premium, massive dimensions and presence, built for any terrain, first-class cabin experience, and finally, the VA powerhouse. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The private import premium. Let's talk about why Indian elites pay astronomically for this thing.
So why on earth are top politicians and businessmen going out of their way to import a vehicle that isn't even officially sold in India? Well, let's look at the math because it's pretty wild. In Dubai, the ex-showroom price for the Patrol starts at a fairly reasonable 58 lakh rupees. But to get this specific used private import onto Indian roads, you're looking at an astonishing 2.4 crore rupees. Yeah, 2.4 crore. Let the sheer absurdity of that price jump sink in for a second. This massive premium isn't just about taxes. It buys a limitless luxury status symbol. It's all about having something literally almost no one else has.
To really grasp that status, you got to look at the pedigree. The Nissan Patrol is actually the brand's longest-running series model, going all the way back to 1951. It was specifically built to rival the mighty Toyota Land Cruiser. The exact model we're looking at is the 6th-generation Y62 facelift, which is assembled in places known for some seriously rugged conditions, like Japan and Russia. And, even though the 7th generation has already had its international launch, this Y62 remains a deeply, deeply coveted machine.
Beneath its striking exterior, which, by the way, comes in gorgeous colors like the pearl white we're analyzing today, complete with that massive V-shaped chrome grille and C-shaped LED headlights, lies the robust Y62 platform. Now, this is the exact same architectural foundation used by the ultra-premium Infiniti QX80. And here's a great perk: despite being a private import, it actually comes with supreme reliability backed by a 5-year Nissan warranty.
Moving on to Section 2. Massive dimensions and presence. Let's look at the sheer scale of the Patrol. To truly understand this vehicle's road presence, you have to grasp its absolute tank-like proportions. We're talking about a length of 5.1 meters and a width of 2 meters. This thing will literally spill out of a standard parking spot. Add in a towering 273 millimeters of ground clearance, and it tips the scales at a massive curb weight of 2,800 kilograms. It is an absolute mammoth of a vehicle.
But hey, all that immense size translates to some incredible utility inside. With just the simple push of a button, the electric one-touch boot reveals some serious modularity. Even with all 3 rows up, you get a solid 550 liters of space. Drop that 3rd row, you're at 1,490 liters. And if you fold the 2nd row down, it expands to a cavernous 3,170 liters. Honestly, you could practically live in there.
And all that bulk definitely isn't just for show. The Patrol features a gross weight of roughly 3,500 kilograms, and remarkably, it can tell exactly that same amount. That's an aggressive 3,500 kilogram pulling capacity. Throw in a 100 kilogram roof loading capacity, and you've got a vehicle built for some serious expeditions.
All right, Section 3, built for any terrain. The advanced engineering for off-road dominance.
So how exactly does a heavy, luxury 8-seater conquer the roughest landscapes imaginable? Well, it mostly comes down to a highly technical feature called HBMC, or Hydraulic Body Motion Control. This is actually a world-first system. Essentially, when you're off-roading, it maximizes the suspension stroke so the wheels constantly reach the ground, even on crazy uneven rocks. But then, when you're cornering on a paved road, it prevents the vehicle from rolling over, giving you a completely flat, smooth ride. Combined with double wishbone suspension in the front and the back, the stability is just mind-blowing.
And as the driver, you have complete control over all this capability through 4 distinct 4-wheel drive modes: sand, on-road, snow, and rock. While you easily switch between these terrains, the onboard vehicle dynamic control and the rear differential lock are constantly working behind the scenes to handle traction and prevent slipping on unpredictable surfaces. It's doing the hard work for you.
Nissan's philosophy here is clearly about combining all that off-road capability with absolute safety. Just take a look at this exhaustive advanced driver assistance list.
from 6 SRS airbags and a 360-degree camera, right down to intelligent emergency braking and blind spot intervention. Whether you're navigating a treacherous hill descent or, honestly, just backing out of a tight parking spot at the mall, the Patrol ensures you have total, undeniable confidence.
Moving inside, Section 4, First Class Cabin Experience. Limitless luxury inside an 8-seater tank. Stepping out of the mud and into the cabin, the narrative completely shifts from hardcore survival to absolute luxury. Just imagine the passenger experience in here for a second. You're surrounded by a 13-speaker Bose audio system. The rear passengers have their own entertainment screens loaded with YouTube and Google Play. It features tri-zone AC, and get this, the doors are lined with ultra-microfiber insulation and UV-blocking windows to keep the cabin dead silent. Oh, and right in the center console, a dual-access cool box that can actually be opened from both the front and the rear seats. It's literally the height of convenience.
The driver, of course, gets top-tier treatment too. The front seats are wrapped in premium leather, they're fully electrically adjustable with memory functions, and they feature built-in ventilation to keep you perfectly comfortable no matter how long the journey is. Talk about riding in style, right?
Right at the driver's fingertips is a massive 12.3-inch advanced touchscreen display. It effortlessly merges luxury infotainment, like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a built-in 2 GB music box, with hardcore utility. Straight from this screen, you can pull up your off-road monitor and built-in compass to keep track of your steering angles and vehicle dynamics in real time.
Which brings us to Section 5, the V8 Powerhouse, the true heart of the beast.
All right, it's time to look at the legendary heart of this beast. Under that massive hood sits the Nissan VK56 VD engine. We're talking about a 5.6-liter naturally aspirated V8 that churns out 400 horsepower and 560 newton-meters of torque. Mated to a 7-speed automatic transmission, this engine is so incredibly powerful that it can literally push this 2.8-ton brick-shaped tank to a top speed of 200 kilometers per hour. That is no joke.
But perhaps the most jaw-dropping spec of the entire vehicle is its fuel capacity. 140 liters. Yeah, 140 liters. A fuel tank of that size is something you almost never see in the passenger vehicle market. It is genuinely staggering.
But, you know, when you connect the dots, it makes total sense. The extreme thirst of a naturally aspirated 400 horsepower V8 pulling nearly 3 tons means it delivers a mileage of just around 6 kilometers per liter. Ouch! So if you want any kind of usable range for your off-road expeditions, a colossal 140-liter fuel reserve isn't just a fun luxury, it's an absolute mechanical necessity.
And that brings us to our final thought. We've seen the staggering specs, the limitless luxury, and that monumental 2.4 core price tag of importing the Y62. But with the 7th generation already making waves internationally, it really leaves us wondering, will Nissan ever officially bring this legendary Patrol series directly to the Indian market? Or will it just remain the ultimate elusive prize for the elite few? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope this helped you grasp the sheer scale and power of the Nissan Patrol. Until next time, keep learning.